Hi, everybody. My name's Margot. I'm the founder of the Village Art Room. We opened our doors in January of 2019. We're located in West Concord Center above Neshoba Bakery. The Art Room is a community art space, and Art for All is our community-sponsored program. Many individuals, businesses, organizations, town committees have been a part of the Art for All program. Tonight, you'll hear from 5 other people besides me. And between us, we will, 1, tell you the backstory, and 2, we'll fill you in on our response to the pandemic, and 3, we'll tell you what our plans are going forward. Caitlin is seen here. Caitlin from Minuteman Art is here working on our logo. And the mission of Art for All is to strengthen and enliven our community through developing creative projects and building connections. We began Art for All with Wonderful Wednesdays, a weekly workshop for community members, including adults with cognitive disabilities from Minuteman Art. And just to quickly share a few other fun things that we did through Art for All, we held informal by donation art sessions called Art Jam. Some of them were at Three Stones Gallery, and some of them were at Neshoba Bakery. We also collaborated with the Muscataquid program of the Umbrella Community Arts Center to make paint banners for nonprofits. And this is where one of our volunteers, Mike Sprague, is going to share with you his experience with the Art for All program.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name's Mike Sprague. I am a nurse at the emergency department at Emerson Hospital. And I think what I've appreciated most about the different projects that I've been involved with in the art room is just the community building aspect of the program. You know, just inviting people to come together, come out of their homes and, you know, put their screens down and come together and just to create art and share that creative experience, and is something that I've just found really energizing for me. The first project I think that I worked on was the Art Scramble, which was a big public art project that people were invited to come in from the community and create small pieces of art that were then pulled together and became part of a bigger art piece. That was then put up in the community at various places for people to enjoy. So that whole idea of people coming together and working together to create this piece of art then that can be enjoyed by the community was just really, to me, was a very inspiring experience.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's great to hear from you. We also, in Art for All, we hosted free weekly meetings of the Lost Souls Collective. And some of the people in the Lost Souls Collective went on to have helped us with community art events, most notably Annabelle, who is seen here at Family Drop-In Time. And we're also going to hear from Annabelle.
Hi, my name is Annabelle, also known as Pixie, the Fairy Folk representative. I used to live in Concord and I graduated from CCHS in 2018. I love the Village Art Room because it's an open-minded, vibrant, artistic community located right in West Concord. It provides a place of respite and relief to people of all ages and all art levels. I worked as an art coach at the Village Art Room for the summer and fall of 2019. I helped with a variety of classes where I got to see the grounding and stress-relieving effects that community and art can have on people. I also ran the Lost Souls Collective, an art group for alternative young adults anywhere from ages 18 to 30. It was incredible to have a safe place to meet up with artistic peers and to be able to express ourselves freely while being creative and making art. An example of the comforts this space provided was the homey vibe that the Lost Souls Collective members always commented on during our weekly meetings at the studio. Got us off of our phones and talking to one another, using all of our different levels and working together to create art. We always had so much fun, and it was always something we looked forward to every week. My goal for the late summer and fall is to create a series of weekly or bi-monthly socially distanced nature walks with members of the Lost Souls Collective to get inspired by each other and to help us get through these strange times. The Village Art Room is at the heart of these kinds of healing, artistic, community events, which is why we need the Village Art Room now more than ever. Thank you, and
Thank
stay
you,
safe.
Annabelle. Also through Art for All, we had art shows. People need a purpose to do anything, including art. And that purpose can be as simple as the opportunity to share it in a public display. Actually selling it is an added thrill. Here is Annie from Minuteman Art at our Thursday Artisans Workshop. Annie is working on an apron that was sold at the Valentine show at Reasons to be Cheerful. And that was one of my all-time favorite things that we have done through Art for All. It was called the Love for All show. And in fact, the heart that you can see behind me is the same one that you see here. It was made in the show by our teachers, Carla Collins and Susan, and the people from Minuteman Art. And here Nancy Ames is posing with the person who bought the Valentine card that she made. Over 50 people made over 120 Valentine cards, and we sold about 80 of them. And the money went back to the Art for All program. So it's like one big circle of love. And Helen Halloran is going to talk to us. Helen runs the flower shop in Concord, in West Concord, and has worked with us. Helen?
Hi, everybody. I'm Helen, owner of Concord Flower Shop, right across the street from the Village Art Room. And I got to know Margot because of her constant outreach to all of us who work in the village, as well as those that live in the village. And she creates all kinds of fun things for us to do. And we have helped and enjoyed a lot of her projects. We did work on one of the art scrambles, which we did, there's my grandson, which we did with our employees as a night out of fun for us. But one of my favorite things was the Valentine event where people came in and made Valentine cards with all the fun crafts that Margot had out. So you don't necessarily have to be an artist skilled at painting. You can do crafts and just have fun with it, and which we did. And then those were the cards that were sold at Deborah's and at my shop. And that raised money to help support Art for All. So it was a really fun, collaborative effort. And I think that's one of the big things that the Village Art Room brings to the community, bringing people together from just merchants on the street, all kinds of neighbors and people. And she's great at involving all of us. And we've gotten to know a lot of the other people on the street because of the collaborative nature of the Village Art Room. So I want to thank Margot for that and for including all the other businesses in her great ideas and for collaborating with us on keeping West Concord the vibrant artistic village that it is today. Thanks, Margot.
Thank you so much, Helen. I guess I better keep going with this project. So also through Art for All and in partnership with the West Concord Junction Cultural District Committee, we have been heading up an ambitious mural making initiative for West Concord. The plan is over 5 years to make 5 collaborative community-made murals, each one of them depicting aspects of our history and our present and our hopes for the future. This is the original painting to Art Scramble 1, which was reproduced by nearly 200 people for Art Week 2019. And I am thrilled to be able to tell you that finally a full-scale weatherproof copy of it is in the public eye as of this past Tuesday. It was installed on the side of Reasons to be Cheerful. And in the next 2 weeks, maybe even next week, we'll be putting up a plaque that will have the names of all the people who made the tiles, and also a shout out to the many businesses and organizations that sponsored it. But to return to our response to the pandemic, we had been having a fabulous time. Here's Anne Marie and Karen Beaver. We're working together with a few other people as well on the next mosaic mural, painting Art Scramble 2, our local farms. We were just about to invite people into the art room to start painting the 299 tiles that make it up, when March hit and things got pretty weird. We thought that maybe it was just a matter of getting a lot of volunteers in to come and clean everything, which many kindly came in and did help with us with that. But of course, we had to scrap all of our plans of having groups coming in to paint the tiles. I am proud to say we did not miss a beat, or at least not more than 1 or 2 beats. Leslie Coppola is seen here painting a tile in her home, and it was Leslie that got a system in place on our website for viewing the images and placing orders for supplies. And you can still do it. We still have tiles left, and we still even do home deliveries, but you can also pick them up on my front porch. Okay, is it terrible to say that I have benefited from my sister-in-law Margie being laid off of her job at the Marriott at the beginning of the pandemic? Well, it's true. I really have benefited. Thank you, Margie. She has prevented me from creating chaos with this project, because I create chaos. And here we have a nearly completed portion of part of the mural featuring G. Kiwanuka. And G is here this evening with Jane. I am very honored to have them here. He and his family homestead on a small portion of what was once the Williams family farm. G is depicted holding a rye cradle as an homage to Thomas Dugan, who was a formerly enslaved man who arrived in Concord in 1791 and is said to have introduced the rye cradle to Concord's farmers. Dugan lived as a free man and successfully farmed on 7 acres not far from where G lives. And you can learn more about Dugan through the Robbins House and the Concord Museum. These are the kind of cool things that you will learn about through our local farm mural. I'm really excited about it. Getting into nature and actually being nourished to other human beings is so good for the mental health. So we have tried to do that as much as possible during this period through Art for All. Beginning in May, going through mid-August, we invited people connected to the art room to gather in weekly plein air sessions, art room outside. And also we got them together to paint murals, paint tiles for the mural. This one that you see here took place at the Wheelhouse. And here I am with Anne Marie and a few of the many art supplies that were donated for art activity kits for the people of Minuteman Art, who at that point were confined to their houses. They can get out a little bit now, but they can't come to the art room. And we got some to them, and we were able to pay teachers to write up the instructions, and we had lots of volunteers coming in to prep the materials and put things into bags. So now we're going to hear from our next guest, who the Minuteman Arc made a video for us to show.
Hi, I'm Kim Huxley from Minuteman Arc. I'm the Social Inclusion Manager, which encourages meaningful community connections and one-to-one relationships. Minuteman Arc has enjoyed a terrific relationship with the Village Art Room since they opened their doors early last year. Our individuals who have developmental and intellectual disabilities love exploring art with Margot and her team of artists and volunteers. We participated in a wide range of activities, and our collective art skills have really blossomed. Margot is a gifted artist and has been really supportive of our clients, wanting them to benefit from all that is offered through the art and teaching them with great patience and enthusiasm. Her Art for All program brings a lot of joy to our clients and helps them make meaningful connections in the neighborhood. The Village Art Room is a great addition to the Concord community where Minuteman Arc operates. We are lucky to be associated with Margot and will directly benefit from the art room and craft activity kits that the Village Art Room will be making for our 8 group homes. More than 40 adults with disabilities will enjoy receiving these kits and participating in the skills that they learn in making these kits with the Village Art Room. On behalf of Minuteman ARC, we thank you for all you do for people with disabilities.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim Huxley. That was great. And here you see a similar kind of thing that we were working on at the same time were art and activity kits. We call them Feed the Spirit art and activity kits for Open Table to distribute to their guests. And that is something that we want to continue with. So I think at this point, to tell you about our plans for the fall, what we want to do. I'm going to have Janine Calabria, the director of Open Table, talk to you. She's our last guest. Janine, could you share with us?
Sure. Well, art for all and food for all. I guess that kind of says it all. Not to have planned words, but I love the spirit that Margot has for this program. I would say we share it, that there's a belief that food should be for everyone, art should be for everyone. And so partnering with Margot to have her distribute these art kits through Open Table addresses one of the biggest barriers, it helps to address one of the biggest barriers people have to receiving food, which is stigma. So if you're getting an art kit and you're getting food, there's some real respect there. So that partnership is super important. And one thing we know that due to the pandemic, the numbers of people who are needing help right now are higher than ever. And many of those people are not receiving food, not because it's not available, but because of stigma. So I hope that the partnership in the future with Margot might really lead with art for all rather than food for all, that we might just be kind of behind the art, because I think it will be really important for people to be able, especially first-time users of a food pantry or food service, be able to access it in a way that feels supportive. So thank you, Margot. I look forward to partnering with you.
Wow. Thank you, Janine. So just briefly, our plans for this fall are to finish up the farm mural, hopefully by the end of September. And we want to have a regular program of delivering art kits to both, or arts in some form, art supplies and activities to Minuteman ARC and to Open Table. And 3, we want to continue with outdoor art gatherings for the community as long as the weather permits. And this can be combined with the farm mural and the same activities that we're doing with Minuteman ARC and Open Table, because as Janine was saying, it's about all of us. It's not like the people over here get this particular kind of art activity and these people get a different kind. Like, we're all doing the same thing. That's what Art for All is about. I think we're now going to hear my buddy Ellen Brodsky.
So great to see everybody, because I think everyone's a fan of the Village Art Room, as I am, and they rarely take time to fundraise. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to say we need to raise a little bit of money to keep this going. And fortunately, we already raised $1,000 from people who couldn't come, like, woohoo! And we want to raise a couple more $1,000.
Where did it come?
We need $1,500 to make sure that the farm mural happens. We need about $2,000 for supplies for all the various art kits. We need to pay rent to keep that the heart alive. And so I'm looking around. I'm hoping there's 1 or 2 people maybe who think, maybe we could give $500. But maybe that's not you. Maybe there's 3 or 4 people who think, I could give $250. Maybe there's a couple of you who want to give $100. But let's be honest, we'll take anything. We're like so excited you guys are here. So you need to think, what's a meaningful contribution from me?
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And
I'll send some money in tonight.
Got our first pledge right here.
All
And
right.
good luck.
Well, I'll be in touch. We'll be making some cool things happen and you'll be invited. All right.
Thank you, Margot.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Margot.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody hold up a tile.
Who has a tile from the farm mural in their house. My mom's got one up. Okay, now we got it.
You describe those
All right, we're
tiles
here.
that I can take a
Oh,
picture.
you have the farmhouse back there.
Very exciting. It's not done yet.
And Susan, just tell me a little about your 3 tiles right now.
Yeah, we've actually done probably about 10, 6 of which we have not turned back in yet, so we still owe them. But yeah, this one has chicken feet on it, and I had to phone a friend, Ed, here to do the chicken feet because they were really detailed, and I am not that talented. And I think Ed did this one as well, which is also lovely.
Yeah. No, wait, this one I think looks like it might actually go with what Susan Ward was doing. Looks similar. And then I saw where this one goes on that other thing you were showing.
The cabbages.
I could see that we were missing this. We have a couple that our kids did as well that are here.